Hi everyone, welcome to Tony Fox Tarot. Thanks for joining me today and great to have you with me. Today we're looking at the other person and we are asking the question whether they're cheating on you or not. Are they cheating on you? Are they seeing somebody? And even if they're not cheating on you, do they have it within them to cheat on you in the future? So we're going to psych into their character, get an understanding of how they think and feel about you. How do you think and feel about them? What's going on between you in terms of the foundation of your connection? Does it have a future? And most importantly, where is it going for the future? So lots to get through. And before we get started, if you would like to go down below and hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon while you're there. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. Please like and share this video where you can. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is that you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Now, before you on the screen, we've got 4 different cards to choose from. And the idea is to choose a card that resonates with you really clearly. Once you've chosen your card, that'll be your reading. Now, it's perfectly fine to choose more than one card if it comes through really strongly for you. And just remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave behind anything that doesn't. We've got card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. So taking a moment to be with the cards, drawing in a nice deep breath. As you begin to release that breath, listening to your intuition, your inner voice, the energy of the cards. Which of these comes to you the strongest? Is it card 1, card 2, card 3, or card 4? So down below, there are 4 different timestamps representing each of the different cards. If you would like to go to the one that you've chosen, I'll see you in a moment. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 1. This is your reading and we're looking at whether this person is cheating on you today. So let's jump in and see what's going on for you and them. And I want to start here with the Magician and the Knight of Cups. You know, I feel this person has actively pursued you. Like they've really pushed their way into your world to get your attention. They've been quite commanding, really, but in a warm way. You know, there's something really lovely about their personality. I think this is a very social person who is very confident within themselves. They really know how to be quite smooth, actually. There's something very elegant about them as well. I just kind of feel that they know what to say. They know, very romantic actually is what I would have thought. You know, the Knight of Cups is a romantic card. It's about love being mobilized. And the Magician is a bulgy card. It's a bulgy energy. It's, you know, striking things into action. It's about pushing things forward in a way where you manifest what it is that you want. So this person has seen you right from the get-go and thought, yeah, this is the person I want to get to know. This is the person who I want to have a thing with. You know, like this is more than flirtation. For me, this feels like it's next level. It's like, you know, so it's kind of early stages for me. I kind of felt that this was somebody maybe that you've met a few times, you know, you've gotten to know each other to some degree. But it's that question of where is it going? It's like, because if we start to see each other, you know, a little bit more, then we're starting to get to know each other in a way where, what language are we putting to this? Is this a thing? And I feel actually, you know, for many of you, this person's actually kind of already said it. You know, it's like, I really like you, you know, and I want to kind of go there. I want to kind of push it forward, you know. So for me, I kind of feel like, you know, for many of you, this person's actually professed their feelings for you. They've certainly made a lot of effort to get your attention. They're very into you. They've actively pursued you. I feel like this is a very genuine person, you know, like the Magician is a card that communes with spirits, you know, like it's the real deal. It's an authentic energy. And the Knight of Cups is heartfelt, you know, like it's putting it out there. It's saying, I like you, you know, there's a lot of risk here, but, you know, I feel vulnerable, but I'm prepared to take that risk, you know. So this is somebody who is being real. This is somebody who is being authentic. And I think that they're very They're a very lovely person. The energy I get is very warm. I feel like this person is very socially liked. I kind of feel that they make a lot of effort to do things with other people, socially, professionally, maybe with family. They're very active. They're very much out there. I feel like this is probably somebody who, for many of you, is somebody who you've met out. I kind of feel this is a bit of a party goer for some people. The energy is quite pulsating, I kind of feel like there's rhythm there. Maybe this person's a good dancer, or they have a really strong physicality in terms of, just being very confident with their body. Very attractive energy too, there's a confidence here again, it's like pushy but loving, pushy but nice. This person knows who they are on many levels, I think that's what I like about them. So there's a uniqueness about their character, an individuality that is quite a few steps up from, Joe Average. Bit of a ringleader, likes to whip up a storm, like maybe likes to, I get somebody who maybe likes to party, or at least to have a lot of fun, I wouldn't say they're fidgety, but they're up for a good time. Lots of really nice things to tap into here in terms of their energy. And I think they have been very into you, and they've actually made that very apparent. And I think that that's actually gone very smoothly. And I think that they've tapped into you in a way where you felt very good about that. And it's felt like it's going somewhere. And then all of a sudden, here we are at the Fool and the Two of Swords. And it's the polar opposite. I feel like this person's ghosted you. They've blanked you. They've blocked you. They've stopped feeding into your life in a way that further builds on everything that they pushed to get. It's like a polarized experience. They've blown really hot and then they've just gone completely cold. It's like, where are they? What's going on? There's absolutely no explanation. They've not offered you no explanation. They're not telling you anything. The two of Swords. It's a blocking card. I'm not letting you in. I'm not letting anything out. It's a denial card. It's coupled with the Fool. The Fool is about doing it on your own, going it alone. I just need to lighten the load. I don't want to take it all on. I just want to do my own thing for a while. They've thrown on the brakes and they've hit it into reverse with no explanation. Mentally, they've retreated. Emotionally, they've retreated. Probably blocked you on social media for some of you. Certainly not taking calls, certainly not taking texts. It's kind of, and there's an arrogance about that. The Fool has a very arrogant energy. It's like, it's water for duck's back. I'm just not going to go there. So this person's saying, I can't go there right now. It's like, I just need to kind of lighten my load and, just not be thinking about anything too heavy. The Fool doesn't want to take it on. They don't want to take on the pressure. They don't want to take on the responsibility. And there's more to it than that, because when you look at the Two of Swords, the swords are about issues from our past that impact upon our future. Something's come up for this person that's blocked them, okay? Something's come up for them that has said that I can't do this right now. And whatever it is, it's really big because they can't get their head around it in a way that actually offers you an explanation. And you can see that over here with the World and the Four of Swords. This person's taking time out, contemplating what's going on in their world, okay? It's like, I can't contact you right now, I need to process what's going on. I feel like the weight of the world on my shoulders. And, it's pretty simple on that level. And you're over here with the Justice and the Two of Wands. It's like, what the hell is going on? How could they do this to me? This is totally unfair. Justice is about fairness. It's about justice. It's about looking at the facts, looking at what's going on with perspective in light of those facts, everything that's led you up to this particular point. But you've got no facts, you've got no perspective because you don't know what's been going on. They have given you no explanation. You're in the dark. It's like, not only am I in the dark, I can't even get my head around what's going on. Because I can't reflect on this in a way that accurately understands any information. There is no information, Very, very tricky, very tricky. It's like, but I thought we had something real. Like I thought this was a truthful connection that was going in a direction that you were pushing for. You were the one that really wanted this. You were pushing me into it in so many ways. I feel like I've been led up the garden path. And it's all of a sudden you've just kind of like, you've just dropped me like a hot potato, and I don't know where I stand. I don't know what's going on. And it was genuine. I could feel it. Like, I could feel everything that you were saying. You were being honest. You were being truthful. You were telling me about how you feel, about what is it you wanted, where you wanted this. You wanted this. And you wanted me to want this. It's just, this is unfair. Justice. It's unfair. It's unjust. You've left me in the lurch. I can't move forward because I can't get my head around my own world, because the impact of what you've done to me has been so great, right? And this person knows it. This person's not facing it. They can't face you right now. So what's going on? What is going on? If we come down here to the Nine of Pentacles, we've got an external influence. We've got a person. We've got somebody who has an influence over this person that you've been seeing. And the Pentacles are all about investments. They're all about nuts and bolts, the things that we establish in life, in material terms, in terms of relationships as well. It indicates to me, an individual, okay, that this person has been previously invested into from their past. This could be like the long distance past for some of you. It could be somebody who's more recent. But I feel like this has been a significant investment in terms of a relationship, more so than they've had with you. And I feel that this person has kind of thrown themselves in front of, this other person that you've been seeing in a way where they've kind of gone, oh, hell, like this, there's no closure on this. I don't have closure on this previous relationship. Maybe this other person left them in the lurch. Maybe I don't feel this. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel that this person is cheating on you. I really don't. I don't feel that there is some kind of passionate, interaction going on. I don't feel like there's a sexual thing going on. I don't feel like they're sleeping together. I don't feel like they've got it going on. I really don't. I feel that this person has come up from their past in a way that has forced this person to recognize and look at the fact that there is no closure on whatever it was that they had. Yeah. I don't feel that this other person who has come up from the past is baiting, fishing for something from this person. But what I do feel is the way that the person that you've been seeing, right, has handled it has been the problem. But I get why they probably haven't said anything to you. It's like, if I tell you what's going on, that there's this other person who I used to have this thing with, which was a big thing, and it hasn't really been closed off properly. It's like, it's kind of making me look like a bit of an idiot because I've been actively pursuing you. It's only going to complicate things. And in their mind, okay, they've gone, it's easier just to throw on the brakes and have some space in a way where I kind of just keep things cool and sort this out, yeah, and then figure out what is next, okay? And we come down here to detach. Detach is about reflecting on relationships by detaching, okay? It's about reevaluating what's happened. And I don't feel that that's about the relationship that they pursued with you. I feel like it's about this previous relationship. It's about making an honest appraisal, a fair and balanced conclusion, okay? Letting it go, figuring it out by letting it all go. And I feel that the reason why this has come up is because this person simply needs to make closure, needs to draw a line under that particular relationship. And if we come back over here to the Nine of Pentacles, I feel that this person will let them go and accurately assess that they've really invested into you, and that they will want to come back to you in a way that reignites the connection and further explores the potential as to where this can go. Yeah? I feel that this person feels that you are home. You can see it over here with the Magician and the Knight of Cups. They are genuine. They do really like you. And in some cases, I would have said this person loves you. And if they don't love you already, it's certainly heading in that way. I feel like this person's gutted that this situation has arisen. I think they've handled it really poorly because I don't feel like they actually have the skills to navigate the complexity of what's going on in a way that steps up to something that's probably a little bit emotionally more mature. Yeah. And so you're the one that's kind of been left wearing egg on your face because you're out of balance. You don't know what's going on. But I do feel that they will actually reignite a connection with you and try to further pursue what's going on in a way that actually genuinely takes it to the next level. But there has been a breach here. That is the reality. The reality is that this person hasn't stepped up and considered how this really has impacted on your world, and has impacted on your world hugely. This has made you feel like rubbish. To not know something as important as this, to not know where you stand after somebody who's so actively and not forcefully, but just very, very kind of enthusiastically, in a very motivated fashion, tried to kind of make this into something, and allows them to go so cold, and to offer no explanation on a complex situation. This should be shared. This information should be shared. So whether you can forgive this person is the question. I would say one thing. We all need to grow and develop, Not everybody knows everything. We don't have all of the answers. Sometimes we learn by our mistakes, and I think that's very much the case here. I think this person has just failed you and failed themselves because they just don't know any better. It's not all bad. I do feel that this can be recovered in a way where it has further potential in the future. I hope this has made some sense to you, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. Tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you are interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my services as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 2. So this is your reading, and we're looking at whether the other person is cheating on you today. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Drawn up here to the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, and I felt this reflected the other person. Very strong individual. They really hold their ground, and they do that in a way where they just have a very, very strong sense of themselves. I feel very drawn to this energy. Like a part of me feels very safe about what they represent because they're unwavering. Like you don't mess with this person. This person knows who they are. And there's a level of intelligence there that they kind of just pick through things in a way that's very confident, very astute. There's a savviness though, like they're straight onto it. They're all over it, from a kind of intelligent mental faculty point of view. It's just like I kind of feel like this person soaks everything up in the room in a way where they've got it all sussed in a snapshot. So I would have said street smart. This is somebody who's known suffering, who's known pain. I feel like they hold on to a lot of that. I think they're very deeply scarred from some historical stuff that they've never really gotten over. But I don't want that to sound like they're kind of bleeding all over everything, because they're not. If anything, they've learnt through these experiences in a way that it's taught them a lot. They learn from everything. They're not self-indulgent like that. And as part of the reasoning for that is because they work it all out. They're quite meditative, actually. There is a spiritual component to this person. Part of me thinks, like I feel like they're a little bit dangerous, a little bit street smart, a little bit savvy in a way that, it's kind of, there's an edge there. And the other side of it is that this is quite a solitary individual who is very meditative and, but that doesn't have to be sort of like in the formal sense. I think they just like to spend a lot of time alone. This is a loner. This person likes time on their own. And when they do that, they actually come to terms with a lot, figure a lot of stuff out. They zone out into their own space in a way where they just kind of, sift it down into kind of like very, 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 very simple, I guess, it's about simplicity. It's about making things simple. They avoid complexity is what I'm trying to say. There is something very controlling about this person. It's always on their terms and conditions. Always on their terms and conditions. I don't feel this is somebody who shares easily. And they're deeply secretive. It's really hard to know where they stand at any given moment. And I think that that's what they're like as a person. There's something hypnotic about the energy. Now, it could be one of two things. Very deeply hypnotic looks. I feel like this is somebody who does stand out in a crowd in a unique way. And there's something unconventional about them. Bit of a misfit, but in a striking way, you know. Could be also about their energy if it's not about their looks. It's just something that kind of, you know, you're really drawn into the energy, really drawn into this person in a way that makes you consider, you know, something you'd never considered before. Maybe this is not the type of person you ever thought that you would actually go for. Over here to the moon and the Six of Pentacles. They've been really holding onto stuff though, really holding back in a way that generates a lot of uncertainty for you. And I think that what that actually is, it's about the hesitancy to give freely to you. They always seem to be very distractive. And they're always prioritizing other people. Other people always seem to be coming first. Now, if it's not other people, it's other things. There's just something always going on in the background that's distracting them. You know, maybe you're looking to spend time together in a way where, you know, you're just touching base and you're together. It's like, oh, hang on, no, I can't do that. I've got to do something else. Or actually, no, I can't meet you on that day or at that time because, you know, I'm meeting such and such, or I've got loads of work going on. You know, my agenda's really full at the moment, so I just don't have a lot of time. Distracted. The priorities seem to be wrong in many ways. It's like you're always coming second. And I felt that when you are with them, it's like their energy's really drained. It's like, oh, okay, so finally we've got some time together, but it's like, you know, like you just don't seem to have what's needed to kind of make this feel like a refreshing experience where we're connecting and you know, there's some kind of reciprocal thing going on. And it leads you to question, like, is there somebody else in the background? Like, is there somebody else there? Are they seeing somebody else? Because they're so distracted and they've always got time for everybody else, and you're always feeling like you're second best, and they're always holding back. They're never free to give you what it is that you really want, so that you're feeling like, you know, the connection between the two of you is afloat. Okay. And I feel like, excuse me, that's a part of what the problem is for me. Because when I contrast that, I look at where you're at down here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups. You're really easygoing and you're up for fun. There's something really outgoing in terms of your nature. I think you like people, you like to socially connect. You're really willing to take a risk on things as well. And I think that's the thing about this person, is that you're constantly trying to make a go of it, really. And I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is all about opportunity in terms of where fate's going to take you. It's like rolling the dice and seeing where it's going to land. And the Knight of Cups is a card of love, really. I mean, like, you know, it's that sense of potential in terms of a relationship, and you know, you're sort of saying, you know, look, I'm up for this. I'm really up for being with you. I really like you. You know, my heart flutters. I've got that sense that this could be something, you know, in the future. But at the same time, you never really know where it is that you stand. And you're always waiting around on this person. Your heart's always in your mouth because you never know where it's going to go. It's sort of, it could be a hard left, a hard right. It could go in reverse, or it could go forwards. It's like, where do I stand with this? You know, sometimes you just feel like upside down with it. And what I like about you is that you're really honest about what it is that you want. I mean, you know, you like this person. You have strong feelings for this person. For some of you, this feels like love, okay? And you're willing to take a chance on it, and you're very easygoing about it. You're not, I don't feel in any way, shape or form that you're actually pressuring this person. You're actually giving them an enormous amount of space to be the person that they really demand to be. Because this person is actually, by contrast, very demanding. They're demanding of you in a way that says, I need my time. I need my space. I need my priorities to come first. Yes, I want to be with you. And you can see that with the Hermit. I mean, the Hermit is a card that drags things out over a long period of time. But at the same time, the Queen of Swords is a card of isolation. It's a sense of feeling disconnected from the world. You know, it's about putting barriers up and not letting people in. So I kind of feel this person really has been stringing this out for a really long time. For some of you, that might feel like you've been led on, but you're never really able to figure it out in a way, because just when you kind of get to that point where you think maybe I've had enough, or that all the signs are kind of stacking up in a way that look really unfavorable, this person kind of throws you a bone. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe they do like me. Just when I feel like I'm getting really worried about it and my senses are starting to pick up and feel that something's really wrong, all of a sudden this person's in there giving you partially what it is that you need in order to kind of make this right, so that things move forward in a direction that live up to some kind of expectation that you have. And I think the thing here with share the love, you know, share the love is, I kind of don't feel like it's so positively defined in this particular reading. For me, I feel this is about the fact that love is divided. You know how you feel, you know what it is that you want, but this other person seems to be singing from a very different hymn sheet. And the love feels very divided and one-sided on your side, because they're not sharing of themselves in a way that reciprocates this in a kind of very easygoing, free-flowing way, okay? If I come over here to the Seven of Cups, it's like you never really know where you stand, you know? You're always looking for a positive sign. You're always looking for some kind of indication that says this is the right thing. You're always sensing something different to how it is that you're really feeling, or what is it you're actually being told, you know? Just when things go wrong, yeah, in a way that possibly dictate a very different direction for you, this person's back in there giving you what is it you need to make it all work again. And I think for you, it's like, why is everything always so complicated? You know, nothing seems to ever add up here. It's destabilizing. It's disorientating. And the question is this person cheating on you? Now, I'm going to be really honest with you here. I feel like there is somebody else in the picture. And you can see that here with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this person is dividing time between you and somebody else, okay? I feel like there is somebody floating around in the background that is absorbing their time, their energy. And even their resources. I question also, you know, for some of you, whether you've actually been worrying about money. Maybe money's been going missing. And I don't mean that they've been stealing money from you, but it's like, you know, they never seem to have enough, or all of a sudden there seems to be a drain on their finances. You know, are they directing that to some other activity? Are they directing that to some other person? You know, it really depends on the level of involvement here in terms of the connection that you have. And I feel like this is not a full-blown relationship, because I just don't feel like this person is on board with you in a way where they're, first of all, being really honest with you. This is a very secretive person who will never tell you what's really going on. They always have been like that. They've always kept things to themselves. They're deeply insecure. And I feel that there is somebody in the background here. And I feel that where this is actually heading is that in terms of an outcome, it'll get to a point where when you actually really confront them about this idea, this person is not going to be accountable. They will actually avoid any kind of interaction with you that puts them on the spot to be that honest. They'll lie about it. They will distract you with some other kind of idea that makes you look over there instead of looking at what's in front of you. I really felt here that this was a very self-serving person who was deeply insecure. And then when it really came down to it, because I don't feel necessarily that it's you that would leave this person initially, but that where it would actually really come to the forefront and be a deal breaker for you is that when you really need this person, they aren't there for you. You know, from a heartfelt human point of view of having a relationship with somebody that is supposed to be evolving into some kind of caring, loving, sharing experience, they're out for themselves. And when the chips are down and you really need them to be there for you in a way that matters, they simply are not there. They're not there at the end of a telephone call. They're not there for you in person. They're not there for you in terms of just feeling it. It's like, okay, they might be present, but they're not actually delivering where it really matters in terms of giving you an experience that adds up and gives you a clear message that this person is on board and taking this to the next level. Because at the end of the day, they're out for themselves and they're sowing their seed amongst you and somebody else in a way that is just really dishonest. So I feel that this person is cheating, and I feel that they will distract you with a lot of different other ideas that make you look in all sorts of places before you will actually look at what it is that they're really doing. And yeah, I think that you have to be really wary, because at the end of the day, you're out for a relationship and you know what it is that you want. So just be honest with yourself. This person is failing to deliver. They're not giving you what it is that you want. Trust your instincts. Nothing ever adds up. Yeah? It doesn't feel right. There's always an excuse. I hope this reading has made some sense to you, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. If you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is that you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card 3. This is your reading and we are looking at whether this other person is cheating on you or not. So let's have a look and see what's going on here. And the first thing I want to say, looking at the top row here, I feel that the person that we're talking about, he, they, she, them, very sensitive, like really sensitive person, deeply intuitive, very emotionally sensitive, something a little bit creative and artistic there as well for me. I kind of feel like that might actually be below the surface. I don't feel like this person has a healthy outlet. You know, I don't feel like they've got a constructive focus in their world that actually gives them an opening to really just to kind of express themselves in a way that actually is more truthful. I feel like that's a part of where the problem is at. If I start here with the Moon and the Knight of Pentacles, there's something quite secretive about what they're doing. I feel like, you know, outwardly, it's kind of like nothing to see here. You know, everything's just normal. They're sort of painting a picture that goes against your instincts, you know, goes against the grain of what you're actually sensing here. You know, I kind of feel like they're coming and going perhaps at odd times, or there's been some sort of a change to their routine. Maybe they're not sharing information about themselves. They've been quite sort of wooden about it. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is quite a stiff card. It's very set in its ways. It's very repetitive in terms of routine, but it's coupled with the Moon. And the Moon is, you know, it's all about stirring the pot, really. It's a very unsettled card that brings up a lot of uncertainty. You know, the dark side of the Moon. You don't know what's going on the other side of the Moon. You know, there's only one side of the story. And I feel like that's what's happening here, is this person's giving you one side of the story. And that your instincts are saying, hang on a second, something's not quite right. And I feel like this person, centrally at this point in time, is very stuck in their... Yeah, very stuck in their world. I think they are very bored with what's going on. I think they want change, but they don't know how to make change happen, because there's something almost a little bit stubborn about them. I think they're quite resistant to change. They're very resistant to hearing of of how you can do things in a different way. Very resistant to suggestions about making certain changes. Quite entrenched behavior that's just a little bit stuck, a little bit stiff. I feel like this person's actually become quite defensive. So like, you're asking them, what's going on? Like, well, where have you been? It's like, it's sort of like, well, no, nothing's going wrong here. Nothing's going on here. There's nothing to tell you. I'm just doing the same thing I always do. Maybe they've been doing something different. If you sort of push that point, it's like, I'm not doing anything different. I'm just doing what I always do. But it just, there's something that doesn't add up about it. I did feel actually that they were being quite secretive about things. There's stuff that they don't want to tell you. It's a part of a defense mechanism. There's something going on there that's sort of stirring beneath the surface. It's creating a lot of uncertainty within them. And they're trying to portray this image or this behavior that everything's okay. It's like it's always been, but it just clearly isn't. And the thing is that anybody can see that, especially you. And I think by contrast, you're a very different character to this person. I think for you, you're very practical and you're very solutions-based. If you see a problem, you look at it, you try to solve it, and you move on. You don't hang on to anything. This person is the opposite to that. This person hangs on to everything. This person is actually very problem-focused. I think for you, if you see a problem, it's about moving upwards and onwards. And you're very committed in this relationship. I think you feel that there's a really strong foundation that's been built and that there is a momentum or a trajectory that's pushing things into a really hopeful future. I think that's where you really want it to go. I think you really love this person. You can see that here with the lovers. I think you've worked very hard at this relationship or this connection. I think you've put a lot of energy into establishing the concrete that actually gives it the support, for it to be where it is today. I think you've done a lot of that. I think this person has been on board, not been on board. There is a changeability there in terms of their emotional investment. I think for me, because you have a much clearer process about your interaction with relationships, but also with your interaction in life, generally speaking, I think that you are much more ahead of the game. Like you're freed up, and I don't mean that to say that means that you're more intelligent or more capable. I think everybody has the same potential, but I think for you, you're just kind of freed up from underlying issues that kind of hold you back. I think you're in a really good place, and I think that what you're trying to say is that I just kind of want to put whatever it is that's going on here behind us and move forward. So if there's something going on here, just tell me so that we can work this out. And if you're having an affair, if you're cheating on me, I can deal with that. Let me know what's going on. I can digest that. Might not be happy about it, but at least I know where I stand. And I feel like there's been a lot of tussling in this relationship. I feel like there's been some really strong outbursts in terms of arguments. That comes through really strongly for me here. I feel that the tension of opposites, your clarity versus this person's deep hidden uncertainty is sort of creating a lot of problems. And I feel like, arguments arise out of trying to take things forward and never really getting a clear answer from this person that sort of gives you a sense that they're telling you the truth. If I come over here as Temperance and the Three of Swords, I just don't feel like you've been getting along. I feel like there's been a lot of indifferences. Fights are breaking out, and this person's always. I think this is looking more into the past. This person's always seems to have had some sort of a grievance. They're always hanging on to something. It's part of the sensitivity. I think this person's got quite a thin skin, and actually, by contrast, you've got quite a thick one. And I think that they take a lot on that. They feel they take things on very personally. You can throw a comment away and it'll hit them square in the face, like they've just been slapped, and it's like you never intended it to be that way, but because of that sensitivity, it's just like it goes very deep with them. I feel like this person feels a lot of the time that they're not being heard, and it's because they talk in code. Okay. You're so straight up. you're so you're so easy to deal with. Really, you really are. But this person there's a complexity to this person. What they are saying to you, okay, is not what they're necessarily meaning. Often it's a suggestion of dig deeper to get the truth. Yeah. You might say, let's go for dinner at this particular place. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. And then you kind of get there and there's just something going on with the mood and it's like it doesn't feel right. And then you kind of dig deeper and you figure out it's actually not where they really wanted to go for dinner. They wanted to go somewhere else. They're trying to appease you. They're trying to appease everybody else. But this is behavior that is caught up in a high degree of sensitivity. I feel like this person's holding on to a lot of concerns about the relationship, and they have been for a long time. The connection between you, whether it's a fully fledged relationship, whether it's just a connection, there's a lot of uncertainty there. I think they've been very worried about money. I felt for some of you this could be a person who's been worrying about health, because the health counts come up quite strongly here. Temperance and the Star. Maybe they've had some worries about their health. I think it stems from a larger problem, which for me says this person is actually deliberating on a lot about what they want to do in life. I think they find it very hard to strike a balance in relationships, generally speaking, whether they're intimate or whether they're just social, professional, family. I think it always ends up in a place where they feel attacked, where they feel imposed upon, where they feel there's a problem. And I think where this person's at the moment, I think it's quite a depressive place. I think they're very down about what's going on in their world. The moon is indicative of depression. It runs very deep in a way that, things are bubbling in the unconscious mind. It's not necessary. So this person doesn't necessarily know what's wrong, okay? They just know that things are wrong. And so there's a tendency to look for a place to lay the blame. And I feel like they do that a lot. Quite. This is a difficult person to deal with, actually. You've got your work cut out for you here. But that's not a bad thing, because the complexity in terms of character actually has a lot to offer. This is a different person to the norm. This is not a mainstream way of thinking and doing things. I kind of like it. The question here is, are they cheating on you? I'm going to give you straight up here. They are not cheating on you. I don't see this person cheating. I don't feel like this person's even got it in them to cheat on you, to cheat on anybody. I think they are secretive, there's no doubt about it. But I think that what they're being secretive about at this point in time is something that is much deeper and more reflective about a kind of a life crisis. I feel like this person is a born warrior, and things build up to a point where there's just nowhere else for it to go. And so and as I said in the beginning, they have no constructive focus to really express themselves. And they find it very hard to tell you how it is that they really feel, because they don't really know how it is that they really feel. It's a lot of work. You have to fish around with this person to figure stuff out. And I felt that that a lot of what's going on here is that there's issues for this person about the relationship. I feel like this person doesn't feel that they are being heard. I felt that this person obviously creates a lot of tension, but never really feels reconciled and at peace with where things are in terms of the relationship. I think there could be a degree of envy about you. A degree of envy in as much as you seem to do things much more effortlessly. Yeah. I can see why they're drawn to you. And I think the thing that you do need to be careful of here is the potential for some sort of codependency. This person needs to stand on their own 2 feet, but they need to get sure about what it is that they want. So at the end of the day, what do you do about this situation? Because I think that's actually where it brings us to simply love. And it's a really lovely card, because it's a card of action. It's about bringing in the innocence to the relationship in a way where you begin to interact on a much more pure, in a much more pure and open way. And I think that you do largely do that, but bearing in mind how this person is in terms of their sensitivity and how this person is in terms of their inability to let things go, I think the only choice you really have here is to deepen the relationship with compassion, deepen the relationship with kindness and generosity, and really try to reach out to them in a way where you're listening to what it is that they're saying. I do feel that perhaps you have had a lot on your plate in terms of focus. You know, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of work. It's a very industrious card that really is pushing forward to make inroads as far as their career is concerned. It's certainly about money and finances. And you know, it's kind of, it's facing away from the Lovers. You know, I do feel that although you are very secure within the relationship to a large degree, and even though you're asking whether they're actually cheating on you, I think that that's actually, you know, you're pausing just to kind of eliminate a possibility. You know, it's a potential, most certainly, because the behavior dictates it, you know, in a way that looks like it could be. But once you've ticked that box, I think that you're satisfied that they're not. I think actually you're actually quite secure in this relationship, but you've got a lot on your plate. You know, you're doing other things. You've been very preoccupied. And I feel that perhaps what needs to be done here is to bring yourself back to base with this person in a way that really just allows them to be, and to sort of hear them out in a way where you're just actively listening, yeah? And bringing the right intent to the relationship of kindness, of generosity, cherishing the positivity, not concentrating on any of the negativity. And really filling this relationship full of loving intent that's free from any ulterior motive, about getting ahead, about fulfilling an agenda, okay? In terms of an outcome, I feel this is actually really positive, because I think that this person is actually going to turn the corner. I feel that the outcome here is that over time, this person will reattune to the relationship, that they'll actually come through this process and feel a lot more positively engaged with you. And I feel that their energy will rise up. You can see that here with the Six of Wands. It's a card of successful outcomes. You know, perhaps this person's actually generating potentials that actually give them an outlet to feel that they're actually moving up in life. Whether that's a new job, or whether that's successfully achieving some kind of personal goal, or getting involved in some kind of activity that gives them a sense of being heard, of being allowed to be vulnerable. I think that's what this is all about, is this person needs to be allowed to be vulnerable. You know, this very sensitive person that needs to be held in a way where the space, the energy, and the intent is felt. You know, it's not just about the words, it's not just about the actions, it's actually about the doing of this as well. And I felt that this person would, in time, over the next 6 months in particular, become much more transparent about their process, and that they see a future with you, and that they're back on board about that. You know, the Six of Wands is all about success. The Star, it's a card of intent that's looking to achieve a goal. And in relation to the relationship with you, it is what they want. So the energy is definitely rising up. The other thing I felt here with the energy and the Six of Wands is that this is also indicative of healing. You know, over here there's a lot of rawness. There's a real vulnerability with Temperance and Three of Swords. And by contrast, in terms of the outcome, you know, in the future, I feel that that's actually really amped up in a way where things have reconciled, retuned or attuned to the relationship. I feel that they'll come clean with you. You know, they'll come clean with you about their desires. But the best thing to do for the time being is just to tap in and support them in a way that is really with loving intent. Hope this reading has made some sense to you. And if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. If you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. Plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 4. So here we are today. This is your reading and we are looking at whether this person is cheating on you. So let's jump on in and have a look and see what we've got here. To start with, I'm going to come over here to the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. And I feel like this person is full of promises. I kind of feel like they're promising you a lot. I feel like this idea of commitment is something that they've been really concentrating on in the past. There's something really charming about them. You know, it's almost like they could talk anybody around into anything. A bit of a salesperson on that level. You know, like they just know how to read the audience, and I think they're very good at talking, very good at telling people about themselves, reflecting to people what they want to hear sometimes. It's all about the charm for me. There's a charm offensive, the charm offensive. It's kind of like playing into the audience and reading the room in a very intuitive way, knowing what to say at all of the right times, knowing when to pull back, knowing when to push forward. And I feel like they've talked a lot about commitment, you know? I think they've talked about the future in terms of wanting to marry somebody, to settle down, to have kids. Maybe not for everybody. It's, you know, I kind of feel that for some of you, this is definitely about children, but for many others, I would say this is somebody who's really talking the talk in terms of, you know, thinking about the future with you, or just the idea of settling down. Because they're saying all of the right things is what I feel. I feel like this is a really creative individual. I feel like this is somebody who is really into music. They could be a musician, maybe dance. This is somebody who dance. I kind of felt movement was really important in this reading for this person. Maybe they move really well. Maybe they're a dancer, or they dance well, or they're into physical fitness. This is somebody who's very concentrated on looking good and turning out a sharp kind of appeal to people. Their image is everything. It's very important to them. I feel also this could be somebody who was a writer. I feel like when they've met you, they've just jumped straight into your world, and there's been a lot of promises about what is possible with you. I didn't feel that this was a really strongly based relationship in terms of the foundation. I felt like there's a lot of flirtation here. Maybe this is somebody you've only known for a while. And look, if you've known them for longer, maybe you've just not really felt like you've gotten to know them solidly, you know? I think this person can be a bit of a dreamer. I felt that this person got by a lot of the time because of the way they looked. You know, if it's not that they're good looking, maybe they just have some kind of aesthetic appeal in terms of the way they dress, or maybe they move in circles that's very sort of cliquey and sceney. So they're kind of like comfortable within that niche because they just have, I guess, an appeal of knowing how things work. Like it kind of runs like that, you know. This is just somebody who's comfortable getting by. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of feel like this person's a little bit lazy, and a little bit dreamy, and that they kind of rest on the way they look or the way they act, or within the scene that they're in. You know, like it's sort of just kind of could try harder is what I'm saying. But you know, really sort of very attractive. There's something about them that, you know, they really speak to you on a level that draws you in. There's a hypnotic quality about this person, definitely. They could talk their way through anything. Yeah, I keep on getting this thing. Great salesperson. Where are we at? I wanted to say boyish charm. You know, because I'm not gender specific here, but you know, it's that old school sort of saying, boyish charm. Could be girlish charm, you know, it could be just a charm. There's something charming about it. So it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter about how they act. There's just something about them that keeps you going because you kind of want a bit more of it. You know, it's refreshing is what it is, you know. It's not too serious. It's quite light and you want a little bit more of it. And there's a kind of an eye candy quality to it, maybe, or maybe at the you know, if it's not that, it's definitely there's a feel good factor is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, okay. They do lighten the mood, you know. Great at a party, good entertainment. Moving over here to the Lovers and the Three of Wands, and I felt at the moment, you know, things are kind of reached a point between the two of you where it's like, oh, you're like, we've actually spent a bit of time together now, and what is the next stage? So I think there's a lot of talk, a lot of consideration about where things are going next between the two of you. I felt that there was something a bit uncomfortable going on here, though. I felt like this person begun to maybe look at other people in your presence. It's like, you know, you're standing there and it's like, you know, maybe you're walking down maybe you're standing there, maybe you're walking down the street and all of a sudden they're looking at somebody else. And it's like quite sort of unabashed or brazen. It's like right in front of you. It's like a real rubberneck moment of kind of like, you know, looking at somebody else who's looking good or who they think is attractive. And it's like, hello, you know, like I'm standing right in front of you type of thing. And it's sort of, it's not sort of, not like they're sort of, you know, drooling at the mouth or anything, but it's enough to kind of just sort of go, oh, hang on, you know, it's promiscuous, you know, and I do feel that there is a promiscuousness about this person, you know, there is definitely a sort of sexual charge, a sexual energy there, that wants attention, you know, that is looking for validation, most definitely. I wonder whether for some of you, it had gotten to a point also where this person, you know, because I just don't feel like things are solid within this relationship in terms of where I think there's been a lot of talk about the potential of where a commitment could go. I think there's a lot of talk about what this person wants for the future, but I don't feel that that's actually taken place between the two of you. I wonder whether for some of you, this is a person who wants an open relationship. You know, maybe he's even talked about that. Maybe he's confronted you about that, you know. But the relationship hasn't evolved sufficiently to be having that kind of a conversation. That's what I felt. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't mean that that's the case for everybody, but I felt that was the territory. You know, there isn't a confident foundation that actually solidly brings you together in a way where you feel like you've had, you know, concrete experience to be able to, you know, plan what the next step is. It kind of feels tenuous, you know. You know, I guess the footings, the underpinnings are sort of, you know, they're kind of moving around a bit and trying to get a sense of what's happening and where it's going. It's all up in the air at the moment. There's a lot of questions around that. I felt this person was really busy with work. I felt that was a really big focus for them, and I felt that there was always something coming up for them. You know, like I think since you met them, it's like, oh wow, there's something going on for them. You know, every time you're with them, the phone's running hot. They're on calls with other people. They're texting. There's a lot of communications with other people, and it's like, you know, where do I stand? You know, in the grand scheme of things, you're like, you know. And if you're going to be with me, why aren't you focusing on me? You know, like I'm here now with you. Aren't we supposed to be kind of, you know, figuring out what's going on between us, spending time together, maybe looking at the next steps in terms of how we feel about each other? You know, the Lovers is all about a relationship. You know, it's about the loving bond. You know, and about making decisions as to where it is that you're going. It's a card of choices as much as it is about relationships. And the Three of Wands is definitely a card about, you know, the potential of where things are going into the future in terms of putting the efforts in to kind of, you know, to bring home that potential. But their mind's not on the relationship. It's elsewhere. It's looking elsewhere. Something's always coming up. Something's always distracting them. There's always communications going on with other people. And I think there are times where you just kind of, like it's like you feel like you've been set aside, that you're running second best to what's going on, that you're not the priority here. You're not the number one. I think what I feel here is it's like you're not feeling special. And it's begun to trigger in your mind a lot of questions as to where this is all going, right? And whether there's somebody in the background and they're potentially cheating on you. And if I come down here to the Chariot and the Nine of Swords, I feel like there's been a lot of past experiences for you that have actually, that have culminated into feeling like you've been walked over by other people, and it's that worry of, is that happening again? Am I back in this dynamic where, it's all about to fail. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to relive experiences that I've had in the past. Why am I attracting these experiences? And, the Chariot is just saying, I want to focus on success. And the Nine of Swords is all about thinking the worst, it's sort of, I feel like I'm hurtling out of control. This is moving quickly on one level, but it's not moving in the right direction in my mind. And then there's a tussle. It's like, put on a brave face, make it work. Oh my God, though, I don't know if this is if this is gonna work out, but I really want it to. It's push, pull. It's quite intensive. I feel like I've been here before. Oh God, I can see the worst in this. Like I can feel it's happening, but I want the best. This is quite intense. I think you're a very driven person. I think you are very hardworking. You can see that here with the King of Wands. Very, very, very professionally minded. You love to take on a project. You're overly responsible about making things happen. And the Chariot is a very driven card. So it's like when you see something that needs to be fixed up, needs to be worked on, needs to be managed, you're in there. And you're very good at getting over your fears by making good of the situation, by working hard at it. And think of the moment where you're at, is in your mind, you're sitting thinking, oh my God, I don't know where this is going. I don't feel like it's actually going in the right direction, but I want it to work. What can I do to make it work? That's what I feel here. It's like, what's my responsibility here to stop it from failing? What can I do? And there's a very strong sexual attraction here between you and this person. You can see that they really know how to move. They really have a sense of physicality. They're very sure of themselves in terms of being able to kind of play a part and to read the audience, and that kind of, ties in with sexuality as well. They're very comfortable within themselves. And I think but for me, the King of Wands, kind of underpins this connection in a way where it's a very sexually charged connection. So there's a lot of driving forces going on here. Strong sexual attraction, driving force to make it a success. Not wanting to fail, feeling responsible to make this work. So, the thing is, the question is there anybody there? Are they cheating on you? I don't feel that they are. Okay, I don't feel that they are cheating on you. But what I do feel, and this is where I think it's like treading a very fine line. I feel that this person is very flirtatious. You can see that here with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a flirtatious card. It's the idea of love. It's the attraction to somebody that draws you in. And I feel that this person has a very low level of emotional maturity. I kind of feel like this is a big kid in many ways. There's a childishness to them. I think they're a lot of fun to be with. I think that they they know what to say and they know when to say it. I think that they have a lot of ideas about the idea of a commitment. But I feel that their maturity to really sort of see that through in a way that delivers at an emotional level is highly questionable. I felt that where things were going in terms of an outcome was that this person would continue to sort of look further afield in terms of, flirting with other people and looking for that validation, And when you confront them with that, it's like you get a very sort of dominating response that tries to distract you. It's, look over there instead of looking here at what's really going on. And even if they were caught out in a way where it was in front of you, it's like they're sort of saying, look, nothing's really happening here. It's just a bit of flirtation. It's just a little bit of fun. It's not serious, like they're kind of skirting around the attraction of somebody else. They're skirting around the idea of maybe wanting to have an open relationship. They're skirting around the idea of, playing in the field. But at the same time, they're also sort of very controlling in the way they're sort of trying to close down an argument that says there's nothing really to see here. And although I don't feel that this person is actually cheating on you right now, I feel that it's just a matter of time before they do that. You can see that here with the Emperor and the Four of Cups. This is somebody who wants their cake and they want to eat it at the same time. And when you confront them about what's going on in terms of another person potentially being in the picture, they lack the emotional maturity to be able to deal with it. So you get like a really childish response, and it quickly centers back on them in a way where it's all about them. I feel if you come down here to the seven, the number 7 here with the choose your battles, my sense of what's going on here is, do you really want to take this on? I didn't feel that this had a solid underpinning. I felt that this was a very precarious time, that this was really in the sort of fresh stages of potentially evolving into the next level of where this was actually going. And I feel that this is really driven by you in terms of what you want, and that you're very attracted to this person. But this person is also playing on you. Yeah, they're playing on your values about the idea of commitment. They're playing on your ideas about what you might want for the future. I feel that there's already a lack of transparency here, where this person is bending the truth already. And I think that that's already begun to show in the way that it's catching up with them. There are holes in this all over the place that just don't add up in a way that give me a sense that this person is prioritizing you as number one and making you feel special, or stepping up and actually acting like an adult and being responsible at an emotional level. And I feel that you need to take a stand for yourself. You really need to choose the battle here. And if you're going to choose a battle, it's a battle for you to confront the issue once and for all. Because when you come back over here to the Chariot and the 9 of Swords, people have walked over you in the past. People have worked against what it is you tried to make a success out of in terms of a relationship. Why are you always the one that actually feels that you need to make a success of it? It's not a one-sided scenario in a relationship. It's a two-way street. You're not there to look after this person. And I feel that this person's childishness is almost like it's almost like it's a red flag on one level, but on another level, it's almost enticing for you to feel that you can get in there and maybe fix it up, make a success out of it, manage things to an outcome that would actually be, for potentially fulfilling for you, more so than anybody else. And so for me, I kind of feel that, it's about stopping this in its tracks and calling it out for what it actually is. It's time to take care of yourself, not other people. Put yourself first. I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. Plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is that you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care.